Hey folks, today we're going to take a look at the new super resolution feature that Adobe Photoshop CC has released. So this is a nice feature in the sense that it allows you to quadruple the resolution of an image. It's great for older digital images or maybe something newer that you've cropped quite a bit, something like that. So you're trying to get that better resolution out of it. So I've got a couple examples here. The first example is a JPEG. This was taken on an old Canon S45 way back in 2004, in the long time ago, when a 6 megapixel camera was considered top of the line. So it's only 180 ppi. You can see the dimensions, 1600 by 1200. So not much I could do with this. Maybe do it as a 5x7 or something like that. It's not necessarily a great picture or anything like that. It's just the arch in Las Vegas. But it's a perfect example for this. I'm in Bridge, in case you're wondering what I'm in here. And since this is a JPEG, I need to tell it to open it in Camera Raw. If you open it normally, it's going to open it in Photoshop. So I just right click, hit open in Camera Raw. And now that I'm in Camera Raw, this is actually a pretty nice, easy feature to use. So on the image itself, just mouse over, right click, and we've got this nifty little option here called Enhance, or hit the Control-Shift-D if you want. In the Enhance functionality, notice Raw Detail is not checked because this is not a raw image. This is a JPEG. You hit, we've got this option Super Resolution, which this is basically telling it what it wants to do, and we can preview it. So right now, it's zoomed in on the detail of that little bit of work there. If I just left click with my mouse, so I'm just clicking, and I don't know how well this will show up on the YouTube video, but it looks hazy and blurry a bit now. If I click off, it's a bit more detail. Blurry, bit off. So it doesn't really clean up the grain or anything, but it's definitely enhancing that. And remember our size of this, okay? I hit Enhance. A couple seconds later, you can see what it did is it created a separate image. What this is doing is it's creating a DNG file, so Adobe's proprietary file format. So that's something to keep in mind, that it is going to do that DNG, and so if you do want to print it from somewhere else, you'll need to then convert it back to a JPEG. So as you can see here, what it's giving us is a 7.7 megapixel file at 3200 by 2400 versus the original, which was 1.9 at 1600 by 1200. So I've got it. I'm going to hit done, and it will save that as a separate DNG. So you can see we've got the DNG file. I'm going to do it with one more. So let's open this one up. This is a raw file. This was taken with a Canon 5G Mark II. So it's going to be a larger resolution and larger sized image. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to open it. Now, since it's a raw file, if I double click on it, it'll automatically open it in Camera Raw. So I don't need to actually tell it to open in Camera Raw like you would with a JPEG. Do the same thing. So this is a nice scenic picture. Let's say I want to enlarge it, put it on a poster or something like that. Right click, do my Enhance. Now this is going to move a bit slower because it is a raw file versus a JPEG. So it's working its magic there. You can see it spinning. Now notice this isn't checked. You can uncheck this and it will say raw details, but we don't want that. We want the super resolution. So I'm going to go ahead and recheck super resolution. Let it run. Once it's done, I'm going to click on it with my mouse and I can see a pretty noticeable difference, quite a bit more detail in those tree branches there. Hit Enhance, and it's going to take a bit. Okay, let's take a look. Our original 12.7 at 4368 by 2912, and our new one 50.9 at 8736 by 5824. So nice, much larger. So this I could use if I was doing a good enlargement with it and printing it that way. So nifty new feature within Photoshop CC. and pretty darn easy to use. So there you go. Enjoy, have some fun with it.